Benjamin Brown, I want you to think about something for me for a second. Anything that comes hard in life, do you get a great reward out of it in the end? Usually so. Anything that comes easy in life, usually you don't get a great sense of satisfaction out of it. In saying that, I want to say that what I'm going to talk to you about today is the preparation of deer hunting. Usually when you go to the store and you buy some meat, and you go home and cook it for your family, yeah, that's nice and all, but you think about going out and preparing to hunt for food, and killing the food, and cleaning the food, and taking it home, and preparing the food, and then cooking it for your family. In doing so, you get a great satisfaction at the end of the day knowing how much work you put into that meal. So, in preparation for deer hunting, there comes a lot, but usually I'm just going to cover the basics for right now. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the timing for deer hunting. Timing is really, really important. If I talk about the preparation, but don't give you the right timing, then pretty much that information is useless. Deer hunting starts October 1st, and usually the beginning of October, and ends the beginning of January. So in saying that, you need to make sure that you prepare ahead of time. That way when opening day of deer season comes around, you're ready. So what the preparation of deer hunting consists of is, usually you want to go around town, usually on the outskirts of town, and check for farmers or landowners that have land that you could hunt on. It doesn't take much, probably about 10 to 20 acres. Next, in doing that, you need to ask the farmer or landowner who lets you hunt on their land what the deer patterns are. Usually they hang around long enough to where they know what the deer are doing and where they're moving and when they're moving. After doing that, you need to figure out where you're going to place your food plot. All a food plot is you plant something and it attracts the deer, and they tend to hang out a little longer so that you can get a good shot. Usually in preparing for a food plot, it comes along with plowing up the little area. It doesn't take much, about 10 to 20 yards, probably about 5 to 10 feet in width, and that's about it. Rye is usually what the hunters plant for their deer. But also in the middle of the food plot, it is very essential to use a mineral block or salt block, or corn also, which is a very good attractant for deer, and they tend to stick around a little longer. It gives them a little bit more to eat, which gives you a little bit more to eat. Next, after that, you want to make sure that usually the food plot and the firing lane go hand in hand, because the deer are hanging around in the same area, so you want to make sure that that your firing lane's clear, that nothing's in the middle of your food plot, or nothing's hanging over any tree branches or something that your bullet could catch and deter it away from your target. So this comes in preparation also, cutting tree branches, leaves, make sure you have a good firing lane to shoot your deer. After that, the next thing I'm going to talk about is gear. You want to make sure you have the right gear, and a tree stand goes along with that. Usually a tree stand, a climber tree stand is what they call, you hook it onto a tree and it helps you climb up the tree, and it gives you a better view of the deer without the deer seeing you. Now deer, they can't see in color, but they can hear very well, they can smell very well, and they can catch on to patterns. So you want to make sure that your gear correlates to your surroundings, to your environment around you. Camouflage is very good, but always remember that safety comes first. So this is very important. When you go to get your camouflage gear, you need to make sure that you also get an orange vest. An orange vest, what this is for is if anybody in the surrounding area is hunting, that they can see you and you don't blend in, and they know not to shoot you. Now the orange vest, the deer will not see, but you need to make sure it kind of goes in with the pattern around you. After that, you need to make sure you have the right gun and the right scope. You're not always going to have a good shot, so that's when a scope sure does come in handy. After that, you need to go to the nearest shooting range, and pretty much all you have to do is sight up to a target. What's up with the computer? sight up to the target. Sorry, the computer messed up. Sight up to the target, you shoot, and you make sure that the scope and the bullet coming out of the barrel correlate to each other. After that, usually it's cold around deer season, so some long johns, all that is warm gear that goes up under your camouflage clothing. But always remember, safety comes first. You need to make sure that you have a harness for your gun and for yourself that are hooked onto the tree, because you don't want to drop yourself or the gun and cause serious injury to yourself or anybody around you. So to conclude all this up, always remember, time is very important in preparation for deer hunting. And always remember that safety always comes first. Because if you're not safe while doing all these things, then you can't go home to your family and prepare a great meal and enjoy the finer things in life. So thank you.